Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be an Hermes bag reveal, but I do have a bit of a story time to go with this bag. Some stuff happened previously and yeah, I just have some stuff to tell you. Wanted to let you know. But yeah, before I dive into today's video, if you are new to my channel and you love all things luxury, if you love fashion, you love handbags and all that jazz and you aren't subscribed, I would love if you would hit that subscribe button below and also the bell so you can be notified when I upload new videos. I tend to upload every weekend and then I might occasionally have a midweek upload. Alright, so actually I have a bit of a sneaky jewelry reveal to show you guys that I forgot to mention at the start of this video. So I do have some new in jewelry from Luvbo Jewels Gallery. Now, when Luvbo Jewels Gallery reached out to me to collab on this video, I had a squiz, of course, on their website to have a look at their jewelry, get to know the company, and wow, was I amazed with their jewelry pieces. They are so artistic, they are so unique. I have not actually seen jewelry like this before, where it looks like these are all individual pieces of art, and the company actually uses natural gemstones in their jewelry, natural freshwater pearls as well, and all their pieces of jewelry are handmade and the gems are hand set into each individual jewelry piece. Let me show you the pieces that I got from them and you will see exactly what I mean in terms of it being very artistic pieces of wearable art. You also get a jewelry polishing cloth as well. They're using recycled materials to also make their packaging. I have 4 pieces of jewelry all together and they go beautifully as a stacking sort of arrangement as well. So the first one is this gold vermeil pearl beaded necklace. And these are the gorgeous freshwater pearls. I love that all the pearls are different and unique. So what gold vermeil means is that it's a thick layer of 18 karat gold plating over 925 sterling silver. This means that you're actually going to get jewelry that is going to last a lot longer because it is a thick 18 karat gold plating. With the Luvbo jewelry, you are getting the look and the feel of gold for a far more affordable price point. Some of the jewelry pieces start at 19 USD. This is the Raindrop vermeil gold pendant necklace. So again, this is another artistic piece of art, as all the Luvbo Jewels Gallery jewelry is. Their necklaces are also great for stacking, so I think that this looks really great with this freshwater pearl necklace and then this pendant necklace paired together. It's a really nice sort of stack right there. Now, the other pieces I'm going to show you is earrings and a bracelet. So this is the adjustable knot bracelet. This would also be a great gift idea because of that adjustable knot there. It's pretty much a free size bracelet. Very easy to adjust. You just have to pull each of the ends. And then the last one is these gorgeous heart earrings with a beautiful stone in the middle there. I love the shape of these. They are such a unique kind of heart shape. Each of their jewelry pieces are an individual expression of art. You know, you're going to pick pieces that you feel are going to suit your kind of aesthetic, your kind of style. And again, that's with that vermeil gold. So they really do look like gold jewelry, but they are 18 karat gold, thick layer of plating over 925 sterling silver. Hypoallergenic is also very important to me as well because I do suffer from sensitive skin. Now, I do have a discount code as well with the Luvbo Jewels Gallery. So I have 15% off with the code MEL15. However, they may still have some of their Black Friday sales running, but I'm sure that they're probably going to be ending today. They do ship worldwide too. So the link to shop Luvbo Jewels Gallery is going to be down below in that description bar. And then all the pieces of jewelry that I revealed are also going to be individually linked down below, as well as my coupon code. All right, so let's move on to my Hermes reveal. As I said, I do have a bit of a story to go with this bag. So let me open it up so you can have a look at what it is and then we'll have a chat about it a bit after. So it's a bag that I actually, well, technically I've already actually bought this exact bag before, but I do already own this model of Hermes bag. It's already in my collection currently and it gets quite a lot of use. So I somewhat repurchased the Hermes Evelyn 29, so the PM size, in the color Blue Nude. Now, as you know, I already do have an Hermes Evelyn in my collection. I actually have the Hermes Evelyn in gold in the same size as this. I also have the Evelyn in the TPM, the mini size as well. So I definitely enjoy using the Evelyn. It's my casual, easygoing kind of bag. The Evelyn and also the Chanel 22, which is back there, those are pretty much like my most used kind of bags because I mean, day to day, I'm running around doing errands, you know, typical mum life sort of thing. So yeah, I do love a casual, easygoing sort of bag. The one thing though I can say about the Evelyn is that I don't love the strap that the Evelyn 29 comes with, or even any of the bigger sizes as a matter of fact. I find that the strap is actually too long for me. So I tend to not use the strap that comes with the bag. The bag was actually bought pre-loved, so this hasn't come from the website. However, the story I have to tell you is about a bag that did come from the website. So instead, I'm gonna go ahead and pop on a different strap, a leather strap that I actually had made. If I can link it down below, then I will. I'll be able to link like a similar strap down below in the description bar. It's just that Blue Nude is a very specific kind of color. It's not a classic color from Hermes, but I will link some additional straps down below in the description bar if you are like me and you don't love the strap. I do, however, have an insert that I definitely recommend because I know that for some people the Evelyn strap might be totally fine, but this is the insert I'm using inside the bag. I'll just give you a squiz of it while it's inside so you can have a look how it fits. It's actually a soft nylon, so it is water resistant. This is great for protecting the inside of your bag because Hermes actually does not spar the inside of your bag, especially for a bag like Evelyn where it's actually not double lined. It's actually got no lining whatsoever. This is like essentially the back of the raw hide. So I tend to use an insert always in an Evelyn bag, especially in the Pinkerton because it's the same situation, the same sort of lining. So I can leave this insert linked down below. It's got plenty of pockets, so it's super duper convenient. And then it's got that zippered section on the top as well. So if you want a bit of extra security, especially with the Evelyn bag, there is no zippered top. It is just this button kind of flap here. So originally I had bought this exact Hermes Evelyn in Blue Nude. However, it did have the different colored sangle sort of strap with it. So I actually bought it from the Hermes UK website. I had it shipped to an address that was in the UK. However, because it was shipped to an address in the UK and I wasn't the one that actually was receiving it to check it, unfortunately, this is where everything went really bad. So that service shipped it to me in Australia. When I went ahead and opened the box, I had realized that I actually received the Hermes Evelyn in Blue Nude, gold hardware on the actual bag itself, but the strap that they had given me was actually with silver hardware. So the item I ordered was specifically with gold hardware. On the website, it shows that it would be a gold hardware strap, the colorful strap gold hardware with the Blue Nude bag with gold hardware as well. All of it should actually be the hardware that is, you know, Hermes doesn't do like a mixed hardware sort of bag, at least not with the Evelyn. It should have all been gold hardware, but to my dismay, I received a silver hardware strap and I couldn't believe it. I was absolutely shocked because I was like, what? How the heck did that get stuffed up? And in that very moment, knowing that it actually had come to me from the UK, I knew that it was going to be an absolute nightmare, that it wasn't going to be fun because now I had the hassle of speaking to Hermes in the UK where I was based in Australia and the bag was already with me in Australia. But I just couldn't believe that a mistake like that was even made in the first place. Why was no one actually checking the bag? Like, why did nobody open it up, do a quick quality control check of it, make sure that everything was in there that's supposed to be before it actually got packaged off and sent away? Like, it really makes me wonder, what is the warehouse protocol or anything? Like, what's the protocol? What's the quality control of it? Like, do they quality control to put it in the box and then just sits in the box until a customer orders it? Is that how it kind of works? But then I think to myself, how did it even get crossed over in the first place? If it was quality controlled before it went into the box, how did the straps get mixed up where it was a silver hardware strap with a gold hardware bag? So clearly quality control has failed along the way. However it is that it's done, I still think that it became quite apparent that they don't even check before they ship off the bag in the warehouse, that there is no quality control at that point at all whatsoever. I've seen people receive bags that look like they were obviously damaged. I've seen people receive bags that were missing components as well. I had seen this like all on the Hermes Facebook group. So I know that I'm not alone when it comes to these kind of mishaps. it's just quite appalling that you are paying that kind of price point, but you're still not getting the level of service that you would kind of expect for that price point. Obviously, seeing that was absolutely shocked. I reached out to Hermes UK, and it was pretty much a really annoying back and forward sort of situation, especially because I was based in Australia and I was trying to explain that I was like, look, the bag's already with me in Australia. It wasn't checked when it was in the UK. Now it's with me here, but it's the wrong strap color. Like, you have given me a silver hardware strap and I've ordered a gold hardware Evelyn. They shouldn't be a mixed hardware situation. So there was quite a lot of back and forward with Hermes UK. And what was quite shocking was, even though they're actually, I must give the customer service associate credit. They were actually really helpful. They were really nice. They were very patient in the process, where there was a bit of like where they had to go and get approval and speak to someone. And I bet you it was a headache for her, so I could empathize. But what really is frustrating is that all of these protocols, all these policies and procedures still come from above. So the issue is at above, that they don't match up in customer service, like what they train their staff to do or what they give their staff authority to do. They don't match up in terms to their price point, that's for sure. When she come back to say that I need to bring the bag back to the UK, and I was like, well, I can't actually physically bring it back to the UK. I'm not going to jump on a flight to the UK from Australia just to return a bag that technically you guys have stuffed up by sending it wrong in the first place. You should never have packaged it like that. It should have been checked before it was sent out, quite obviously. Yeah, I was like, no, that's not going to happen. So the other option that they gave me was that I needed to get it back to the UK to an address somewhere in the UK where then they could arrange a pickup. So I had to send it to like a friend in the UK. And I was like, gosh, this is really just so unnecessarily annoying. Can't you just like send me a new strap? I can send you this back. I'll pay the shipping to send the strap back by airmail, and when you get it back, just send me a new strap that's in the right hardware. Like, I was trying to do it in the least logistically handled way possible, where it was actually the most feasible money-wise for both parties. Cheaper for me to just send back a strap that weighs under 500 grams than sending back a huge bag and a huge box, and cheaper for them to just send, you know, back in return a strap that is also lightweight as well. That's all they would have had to do, was just literally allow me to return the strap, send me the new strap. But unfortunately, they wouldn't allow that to happen either. They're like, no, you need to get the whole entire bag back to us and the strap. Like, for frig's sake, why is it that difficult? Like, seriously, for such a rich company, really, in theory, how many billions of dollars does Hermes make per year? Let's have a look. I know that they're down in sales, all right? I don't think their practices have changed anyway, even though it's been a year, more than a year later. But let's see. So physical year, Hermes sales, physical year, let's go 2023, right? I got this information from the Fashion Dive News website. So it says here, Hermes year-over-year consolidated revenue for the physical 2023 was up 16% to 13.4 billion euros. So that's around about almost $14 billion US, if I'm not mistaken, because euro is kind of almost 1-to-1 at the moment. So for 13.4 billion euros in revenue for that 2023 fiscal year, they couldn't just send me a replacement strap. Like, I feel like that would have just been the easiest way to resolve it. If it was a small business and you had sent someone, like let's say it was SendRev, for example, right? This actually has happened with SendRev. I had one of my maestros a very long time ago had an issue with the strap, and I told them that there was a problem with the strap and the bag was still under the SendRev warranty, and all they did was just send me out a new strap. It was so easy. They just sent me out a new strap by DHL. So it came by courier ridiculously quickly, a replacement strap. But Hermes, a company that makes a buttload more than SendRev, that's for sure, 13.4 billion euros in that fiscal year, they couldn't just send me a new strap. Like, that's where it's so, like, I know that some people might go, oh, why are you, being petty about it? You bought a bag in a different country and then brought it back. Like, we have to think about it in the scheme of things. That is such a indoctrinated way to kind of see things. If you think that you should empathize with a company that is making more than 10 billion euros a year in revenue, if you think that you should empathize with that kind of practice, then you're just indoctrinated, because that's not right. A company that is making that much money really should be able to look after its customers. If it's made an error like that, that is just like pittance to them. Like, that is pocket change to them. The cost of making that strap and sending out that strap as a replacement, where they have stuffed up sending out if they were to just send out the right strap, that would cost them pittance in contrast to the revenue that they make. But it would have meant that the customer was satisfied, and it would have meant that they were customer focused and looked after their customer at the end of the day. Whereas you compare to a company like Senrev, who was happy to just send out a replacement strap, but a company like Hermes couldn't do the same. That's where it's absolutely ridiculous. So what happened was they approved for me to just ship the bag back to them at their Bond Street store. I had to send the whole entire bag back with its strap in the box. However, they said I had to cover the tax. So if they were charged any tax to receive it, they were actually going to reject the bag. So they would reject the package. So I had to make sure that if I were to send it, I had to use something like DHL where I could tick the box to say that I will pay any import charges. So that way the box could get delivered to them completely duty paid. And I just thought that was absolutely ridiculous. A company making 13.4 billion euro in revenue that fiscal year couldn't afford to even, they stuffed up, but they wouldn't even pay the tax to receive the package back of the bag that was provided incorrectly and not as advertised. Like, it was just mind-blowing, insane. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me, really. It doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. To be that rich of a company, but not willing to really make sure that they did the right thing given the circumstances. Like, let's just say hypothetically, right? Hypothetically, your husband goes to the UK, he buys you an item, he buys you a gift, and for some reason it gets packaged wrong by the sales associate or whatever it may be. Let's say that he orders it online and picks it up from the store because he's traveling in the UK. No one checks it, picks it up, takes it back on the airplane because he doesn't think he has to check it because it's going to be a gift for you and he wants to make sure it's presented exactly the way that it comes from the store. We all know that your husband is not going to be able to wrap up the box in the same way that the Hermes sales associate does, with the nice ribbon or nicely done or anything like that. It was actually my husband that was buying me this bag as well. That's why it's even more annoying, because it was actually him buying it for me as a gift, and then I had to deal with all this crap around it because my husband was like, this is ridiculous. He's like, why do you even want products from this brand? So I end up having to deal with all of this. We can't disregard his feelings about it because he has a very valid point. He knows everything that I went through with the brand and he still doesn't really quite understand why, but he knows that I just love the craftsmanship and the styles of the bag as well, and all the colors that they come in. That's really what I like about the brand. So yeah, like, this could have really happened to anyone. That's why it's so ridiculous that when you are buying online, there is even less of an expectation of the customer to be able to check the goods because they're not able to check the goods before they're packed and bought. They are literally buying based on what they're seeing on the image. So whatever they see on the image online is what they expect and what they're paying to actually receive. It's not like when you go to the store and, let's say, again, it'd be a different situation if perhaps it was the husband or whatever. But like, if you were going to the store, you'd be able to physically see the goods, hopefully be able to see them physically before they're packaged back up again, and hope that they're actually the right ones. Like, seriously, it could happen to anyone in any kind of way. Any mistake can kind of happen, which is fair enough. But if a mistake happens, you would expect that the brand is willing to actually do the right thing to make it right for the customer. That's where it doesn't really make any sense. That Hermes was like, you have to pay the tax for us to receive it back, and you are liable to make sure it arrives back to us safely. If it gets lost, it's on you. We're not going to send you out a new strap. You have to send back the entire bag, even though it's only the strap that's wrong, that you've received in the wrong hardware. And you have to pay for the return yourself. We're not going to pay to return the bag back because it's no longer in the UK. You need to get it back to the UK and pay it yourself. A 13.4 billion euro revenue that fiscal year company was not able to do any of that. Like, they weren't able to cover any of those expenses. They were putting it all on the customer. And I just was like, what? As I said, when you compare it to Senrev, a smaller business, a medium-sized business, they were willing, and also a contemporary luxury brand, they had no issues to send out a replacement. But even not using them as an example, I've received better customer service from smaller businesses. Businesses that are making peanuts in contrast to Hermes can do better. Why do we allow a business like Hermes to be able to get away with that? Like, that just makes no sense. Obviously, I'm in a different country, so if I were to go on and make a complaint to the bureau or something like that, it does get quite complicated because I am buying from a different country anyway. They had to make it so difficult to make sure that the customer had a pain in the ass time in trying to get the right product that they paid for, and not being willing to pay the tax, not being willing to pay the return shipping, any of those things. It's just absurd. I know that, like, it was taken to another country, but still, for such a rich company, it's just it still absolutely blows my mind. That's why I wanted to share this story. What ended up happening, I might as well tell you what ended up happening to the bag. I just ended up selling it with its mixed hardware. Someone was willing to pay for it and I lost money on it. I actually lost about $500 Australian on doing it that way, which is really unfortunate that I lost money for their error. So it was such a mistake. I actually pretty much don't even buy anymore from overseas directly myself. If I'm going to buy something from overseas from the website, I'd rather someone else do it for me and I'll pay them like the, you know, their kind of handling personal shopper sort of fee to do that. But even then, I hardly do that. I prefer to just buy pre-loved anyway, or people that have already bought from the store and there's no personal shopper fee, that kind of thing, like someone who wants to resell something. I would have to have spent more than that anyway, shipping it back to the UK by a courier, making sure that it was either insured, or even if so, having the risk of not insuring it because I put it down as a low value or whatever it was. Like it just, that $500 was going to be negated no matter what in loss for sending it back and then waiting for them to get it back to arrange the refund to me. So it was just worked out better to just sell it to somebody else and lose the money. I couldn't accept it as it was with that mixed up strap. It really annoyed me because I was like, hang on, it's no longer a set together. So if I were to like get sick of the bag and wanted to rehome it, I couldn't even rehome it. Like for what I paid, I'd have to lose money no matter what, and it was going to be used because I'm selling someone something that isn't a set, like they don't match together. So if I had used the bag and then decided to sell it later, I would lost even more money. So that's why it was better off that I just accept what I was going to lose and sell it in its brand new condition with its mix match strap, and someone else was okay with it because they got a really good deal anyway, especially because it was bought overseas. It was already cheaper than having bought it in Australia. But yeah, it was such a freaking nightmare. It was such a nightmare. But yeah, that's my story. What do you think? Do you think that that's okay for a conglomerate of a brand that has, you know, to more than 10 billion in revenue per year to not be able to just do the easiest route of just sending a replacement strap and wearing the cost of that strap and just letting the customer keep it, or at least allowing the customer to return a strap? Like, what do you rate? To you, does this seem absolutely ridiculous that they weren't willing to actually do the right thing by the customer? I don't know. To me, it just doesn't seem right. Like, ethically, it does not seem right. And especially when you get better service from small businesses, it really makes you wonder why these kind of huge luxury brands get away with almost murder. They probably do get away with murder. Even though there's some hypocrisy that I still buy their products, at least I'm not buying directly from them because they are just shitty when it comes to customer service. But when it comes to craftsmanship, the artisans, like the artisans in particular, they are great. If it wasn't for them, if it wasn't for the designers and the artisans, I probably would have kissed that brand goodbye a very long time ago because they suck in terms of customer service and everything. They really suck, really bad. But yeah, that being said, let me know your thoughts. What do you reckon of my story time? Give me your opinions down below. Do you agree with me that it's pretty disgusting that such a ridiculously rich company can't do the right thing by a customer? Or do you think that it's okay that companies that make over $10 billion a year have worse customer service than small businesses who may not even make $1 million a year? What do you reckon? Let me know your thoughts. But yeah, don't forget as well to check out the Luvbo Jewels Gallery. Have a look at their jewelry pieces, and maybe you want to pick up something for yourself for Christmas, or you want to pick up something as a gift idea for someone else. And then don't forget there's that discount code as well, MEL15, to get 15% off. But there is Black Friday sales too, so a great time to take advantage of it. All those details will be linked down below in the description bar, as well as some of my favorite Japanese consignment stores to shop from Japan, because it's definitely one of my favorite places to shop. They have amazing customer service as well. Consignment stores for pre-loved in Japan, bravo, really great customer service. And the straps as well. Any options that I can suggest in the insert will be linked down below as well. So yes, that is it. Thank you very much for watching my video, and I will see you guys in my next one.